Today I want to share this blueprint with you. It's basically called the FYC Accelerator blueprint. So let me dive deep into it. Basically, this blueprint is trying to help FAs who are sick and tired of closing small deals, especially purely insurance. I think there's a lot of insights that I want to share with you. Potentially, this is one of the longest video that I'm going to do for you. And do let me know in the comment below what are things that it helped you, and continue to have conversation with me. So I'm going to share my screen. Hope everyone can see my screen. So this site or this is basically trying to boost your earning by 50 to 100,000 FYC. And really, the focus is to really amplify your AUM, which is the asset under management, in under 90 days, right? And it is done in a way that you do not need to go cold calling, roadshows, and even use any uncomfortable high pressure sales tactics in a sense. And this guide is specifically for FE, right? If you want to really grow high street business, I also students or trainees case study for your reference also. So most important is, have you ever feel that you are just one insight away from unlocking a whole new level of success in your financial advisory? I truly believe you do not have a prospecting problem method. You have an insight problem, right? Generally, if you have insights to bring results to people, especially their investment portfolio, I truly believe that you are able to scale your investment client base with three things. Number one, with clarity. Number two, with conviction. And number three is generally both the C's, which is clarity and conviction. You are able to rise above and to become an authority among your competition and competitors. So here are some proof about people who have went through coaching with me. So Hadi over here, so he was really very directionless in his life until he met me. His income was actually very fluctuating up and down, and very low self-confidence, right? Because of the work that he has done previously was a business owner. Then after implementing my methods, he consistently achieved a 5-figure income. And currently he has sort of a financial stability and a clearer and more fulfilling professional path for him. And at this point, as we speak, he's already a multiple party holder himself, in a sense. He's now a trade path also. So case study number 2, Alyssa over here. She is someone that is very as an advisor, but she struggles with market trends. Why? Because when the market moves, she's not able to keep up with the requirements of her clients, and at the same time, not able to increase her client base, and is a distance from her MDRT status. So after likewise adopting my strategy and my processes and my framework, she actually sees movement in client satisfaction and also her sales performance, right? Leading stronger client base and a strong foundation for her career growth. But that's a message over there. So even for Danish, so Danish was also uncertain about his own career path as an employee. During COVID-19, that's where he met me. He was able to achieve his 5-figure income rise. And beyond that, he see there are emotional value with to money, and also the importance of aligning his personal objective or motivation within this career. And he actually said that the way I coach him or guide him was a very holistic approach, which is something that I believe beyond that. Advisory is not just money, right? My job here is not just to focus on you achieving your MDRT status. I actually want to share with you how you can build a more sustainable advisory, where every year you do not need to just chase clients, you were able to attract clients into working with you, right? Another advisor here, so likewise, this particular advisor was very overwhelmed with the complexity of financial advisory, right? And struggles with industry jargons and client management. So by simplifying the concepts and providing practical guidelines, ideas, she was able to take action and grow. Right? So she achieved a 100K first year commission within 6 months. And at this time, year 2 of her advisory, she is actually having a 100,000 investment portfolio from the commission that she have saved up for herself also. So one thing about me, I was in my advisory, I was able to transform many struggling FA to become top performance, purely because I was able to simplify investment concepts and also simplify how you can actually boost your client engagement. I was also leading a group of 200 FA, managing an AUM of probably in total about 8-figure. So I was a head market insight team. So this is a picture of the 5 individuals over there. So I was leading all 5 of them, And this was a picture that I took a screenshot when I was providing quarterly market insights for the organization. So what I do is basically where of times, right, people are struggling, trying to be very in the advisory, right? So what I perceive is really what you need, right, is these 2 things, right? A conversational flow and a process for you to consistently generate 100K every year, right? And even if I do not become your coach, right, you still are able to do that, right? Which is true because I've left the advisory as a coach for about coming a year plus, and people are still using the same system or framework that I've given them, and they become multiple MDRT holder. And we want to do in a way, right, that is without you selling a low value solution, right? You probably hear people tell you, go and sell a shoe plan, personal plan, CPF life plans, or even go for roadshows, cold calling, and then applying high pressure sales technique. So what they want to do is really from the low value quantum, and then they want to cross-sell or upsell to higher value quantum. But the problem here is sometimes your potential clients might not see you of a higher value in that sense. So in this guide, I truly believe that you can replicate the same success, whether which advisory you are or whatever level of you have. Because do follow me on my Instagram over here, right, where I will show and review more strategy. This guide itself will be able to really help you to potentially grow 50,000 or 100,000 FYC in 90 days, right? And a bit of my background, backstory about me. I was a full-time trader in 2021-5 after leaving my corporate life as a risk analyst. At that point of time, I was managing 7-figure, and at the same time, I was coaching those people in terms of trading. So that was a time where this macro framework was used, right? I was into the traders because we need to decipher the macro environment at that point of time when we were trading. And subsequently, I left 2019. So using the same framework, I adopt it to investing, right? In a way that I can allocate my clients at that point of time. A bit about my results is 2020, which is the COVID year. I was actually number 2 in the organization. And subsequently, I was the first in 2021, more than 200 consultants. One itself, I can share with you that I actually brought in terms of premiums about $1 million. So I was able to acquire about $1 million of assets in a sense. So I'm going to share with you how I do it. For that 3 years that I was in the industry, I actually hit 5 rounds of MDRT. Surprised that in that 3 to 4 years that I was there, I basically have close to 7-figure portfolio, and it's close to more than $1 million, definitely, and then maybe even close to 8-figure at that point. Not even with 200 to 300 clients. I only have like 100 plus clients, right? So these are some of my backgrounds. People FEs to achieve 6 figures within a year. Some in their early 20s, just me, or some even left national service, right? And on a quarterly basis, like I shared earlier, I provide investing insights to close to 200 or more than 100 FA at that point in time. So what are you going to get from this? You're going to discover, I'm going to share with you the actual steps, right, that I use to help myself and also guide people to release investment advisory business, right, beyond 50 to 100,000 a year consistently. So like I say, it is, for me, generally, I believe that do not just go for MDRT, go for the results that you can bring to clients. Because of the result that you can bring to client, naturally, we will earn decent amount of income. Okay, so this is for you if these 5 things apply to you. Number 1, if you want to impact your client's portfolio positively, right? Number 2, you are working with an existing pool of clients, right? You need to have clients, then this methodology probably will work best for you, right? It will still work for you if you are new, because you have worked for people who are new in the industry, of course, with some tweaking mechanism in it, right? But I say this is for you if you fit this 5 criteria. Because the third one is you are currently stuck with clients that do not seem to trust you to grow their investment portfolio. Hopefully, you want to break out from the traditional way of advisory business, which is purely insurance selling or providing insurance objective for clients. And if you feel that you are a service provider and not a thought leader, right, authority in your field, of course, this is not for you if you are completely new to advisory business and you have not sold any function before. So I'm going to make a very bold statement here, right? With this guide, you will have the ability to generate 50 to 100,000 of hidden FYC in your business and scale your advisory business with clarity, conviction. It is very simple, not very difficult in a sense, right? Many advisors actually make the mistake of overcomplicating things, right? They always like to chase for the new lead generation method, right? Is it social media, TikTok, Xiaohongshu, whatever, right? To me, they always seek to learn from different people who market their strategy as the new way, right? Shining object. So what I have done, based on proven track, I have consolidated it to just these 5 simple steps. Do use these 5 steps wisely. It will bring clarity to you. It will set you straight to the path for you to grow your business and also eventually, by the way, achieving your MDRT. So the first step is really ability to locate investment opportunity, right? Either you use your own frame or you can adopt my proprietary 7 steps macro asset allocation framework and then sell to clients through ILP, whether it's a regular or lump sum premium, right? And subsequently, what we want to do is to really get your existing insurance client to start investing with you, right? Then the third step is after investing with you, you want them to invest And then again, not just that, you want them to invest again with you, right? So in this guide, we will do that. And on top of that, we also want to find new investing clients for you. Apologies. So this is the 5 simple steps that I think, if well, you can constantly do it on a year basis. And then I've done this for all my coaching trainees, and this is the exact order, right? Just follow the order, do literally the same. The result is naturally to be 50 to 100K within 6 months. So what happens in the FA industry? There are many A's are becoming less profitable and less fulfilling every single month, right? The problem is because in this landscape, there's an increasing client expectation, right? It means a client actually expect more from us, right? You can see recently Grab Invest and Money Out and bankrupt. It's a very clear message over here, right? Yes, people want to DIY, but still it's not profitable for all this organization. People still wants to go beyond mere transactional offering, right? So do not fall into the trap of believing that by overcoming these challenges, which is lies in the traditional methods, right? Which what normally your leaders will tell you is what? Work longer hours, spend more money, invest in marketing agency, very thick skin, keep asking them, etc. I think this perspective missed the mark, right? Failing to address the root cause of the issue. The market is changing, right? We cannot slash prices, we cannot compare prices, we cannot go into price war because it's a vicious cycle. The industry is going to be very competitive, price is going to be competitive, because if at the end of the day, price is the only differentiator, then you might suffer because another insurer just have to price it lower slightly than you, then you are just out of the market, right? So do not do that. And another problem is there are many outdated managerial advice out there. Some managers are not even selling in the current moment. They are not talking to advisors and helping clients in terms of allocating their assets. Then it's very problematic over there. And of course, they are resorting into questionable tactics, right, in the attempt to secure their clients. Then, of course, robo-advisor, right, very low-key structure, that layer of competition. So how do you elevate, right, your value proposition, right, not just your unique selling point, but your unique value proposition, right? Thing is, if you partner with marketing, they are always going to tell you that, hey, these are the new leads that are coming in and will overcome your challenges. Is over time, you realize that the leads are not suitable for high price value-added service, right? So there is a mismatch between you, right? Also the client expectation, right? They probably come in for some freebie, free stuff that you give to them, and they don't see you, probably they see you as desperate consultants in a sense, and they do not want that to happen, right? So the crux of the matter isn't about finding more prospects, but improving the quality of conversation with potential clients, right? So there is a strategic pivot now, right? And I really urge you to refine your approach to client engagement and delivery, right? And by doing so, is just creating a dialogue or conversational flow that position you as not as a trusted advisor, not just an advisor, right? Capable of navigating clients through the complexity of financial planning with transparency, expertise, and also genuine care, right? So unless you change this, right, what's going to happen to you is you probably hear A who have generated more than 100K FYC, but after that they become what? They burn out. So this scenario happens very often. It's really happening as we speak. So again, is why does it happen? Because every time they want more FYC, again, they are going to spend what more time in their advisory business, but not advisory business, right? So what happens is when you work in your business, right, you are going to feel like you're always chasing clients, right? And over time, right, when clients, you think of it, your energy is going to get lower and lower, more headache, less FYC, right? So your energy to results, that ratio is going to get, right? And this is the end I always share trainees, right? Like usually if you're new, you're excited, just starting out, first year, second year, everything is fresh, good, high energy, you want to go in, right? You probably start earning your first 5,000 monthly income, then eventually 8K, and then 10K. Then suddenly you feel you hit the bracket, right? Why? Because no matter how much you try, you just hit a plateau, right? And then if you start, and then again, you go into the vicious cycle, spend more time, spend more money on advertisement until you hit what I call an advisory bottleneck. Then what happens next, right? And this is what I'm going to share with you, the exact thing that you can do so that you can pass this bottleneck. How does it feel? Good. I'm going to share with you the old way of doing things and the new way of doing things, and also some mystery behind all this, right? So go for more roadshows, do more cold calls, do more insurance portfolio review, hire a marketing agency, find another better marketing agency, spend more money on ad dollars, then pressure your clients to give you more referral. So if it's you, please stop doing that. What you want to do is, number one, realize that you have reached an advisory bottleneck. And the thing is, you can solve it, right? We have solved it. I've helped many people, and focus on these few things. Per clients, right? Improving your conversation through evergreen assets, right? Creating assets that will give you time to work on your business, then of course, at the end of the day, getting 100K without over-exiting yourself, overstretching your finances. Then lastly, without burning yourself out. And this last thing about without burning yourself out, I need to share with you. Right? You think of it, I'm second in the company, first in the company. Year that I was first, I was holding multiple roles. I was actually coaching. I was also doing recruitment. I was doing my advisory work. And at the same time, I was able to have a newborn, right, that year. So I have a second child now. He was actually born in 2022. So 2021 was first. And I was able to do so many things. At that point of time, I still shift my place because I need a bigger place, right? That's a side topic. So I really want that for you, sustainably acquiring 50 to 100,000 using the conversational framework that I'm going to share with you. So some myth, right, is that, hey, spending more time prospecting for lead, more leads. Yes and no. Some money to buy leads don't convert wealth. Another one, the third thing is people want to do is what low value offer first and then cross-sell later and even upsell for a higher value offer. Pretty hard in a sense because people don't see you as an authority, right? They see you as someone, or even someone behind the call, right? Behind the phone, you don't actually be able to, they are not able to trust you that high. Level is low. Market agency with a better one to get a lower cost per lead. And of course, the last two steps is spend more hours, money to get more referral, right? And lastly is move from one prospecting method to another prospecting method in a sense, right? There's always a shiny. This isn't true. You can create a sustainable, scalable advisory business without brute forcing on hours and hurting yourself and your important. There is much better and more profitable and sustainable way in a sense. During a time when I was an FA, I was hitting multiple MDRT. I was not even having a PA. I was managing it all by myself. I can tell you every week I don't even have 5 appointments. Right? That's the beauty of the system, the beauty of the framework. Right? So I've done it myself, and I have helped and transformed hundreds of FA in my own advisory. This is going to be the life-changing way that will transform the way you focus on your advisory. Right? So let's go into it. So the first few steps over here, of course, number one, learn and apply my 7-step asset allocation framework. Right? And by doing so, right, you are able to navigate clients' asset management through 3 time periods. So before a crisis, how should you allocate? During a crisis and after a recession, or which is a crisis in itself. So by doing so, you'll be positioned, stand out as an investment expert, track many investment conversations with your clients or your prospect. So of course, step 1, you can do it all by yourself. Then subsequently, what you can do next is, once you have the investment insights, which you can bring to client, you can start to analyze your client's conversation throughout the entire client journey, right? And then from there, you will discover hidden FYC opportunity within that, right? Within plain sight. Once the conversation, all the opportunity, all you need to do, right, is to link them all up. Then it will make sense, right? Because once you are able to see these 2 components, then you will know that the conversation are designed to actually increase the clients will start investing with you because of all the hidden investing opportunity out there. And they might want to even, like I say, start investing, want to increase more investment with you. They probably want to bring even more clients to you, right? Or even you. So these are the multiple scenarios that might happen. Your client will get to spend more with you. You'll be able to create client-centric offers and raise their premium amount to investing ILPs with you, whether earlier on, regular or lump sum. And again, they are able to get your clients to buy again by extending your ongoing conversations. Do remember that asset allocation framework will constantly be applied on a quarterly basis, right? So new ideas will come, new ideas will be presented to clients, or even educate clients. Clients will see that, hey, it seems like it's an opportunity. I have some disposable income here, disposable income there. I want to top up with you. So that naturally, this is what's going to happen for the number of years of advisory that you continue to adopt this purpose, right? And like I said earlier, generally is to create a conversation, right? Creating such conversation or creating better system for your existing client to invest, naturally they will want to invest more, and also you will have more investing clients. So a bit about my background over here. Did it all by yourself. I repeated up there also. Again, it's at this point, if you can, do follow me on all my social media platforms like Instagram, my YouTube, Facebook, or even LinkedIn. So let's go in. So how do you analyze conversational flow to boost your FYC? Not really much work, right? That is simple, right? One misconception that most people have, right? They always think that, hey, it's a number game, right? How many people do I call or meet on the roadshow, and then I keep calling them, reaching out to them, pestering them, etc. Right? Another approach that advisor will do is to buy a low premium product, right? Like a show plan or PA plan. Then after that, do like portfolio review with them. But the problem is, imagine, right? You meet 100, right? You call 100, you meet 1. The problem is right? Let's say doing roadshows. Sometimes you have 0 or even 3 prospects. I have checked with some of my trainees, right, who are doing roadshows. These are real data, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, comment in comment below also. And then subsequently, it could be also 0 to 5 prospect will say, you can give them a follow-up call, follow-up session in that sense. Right? Could there be a better way? Of course. So what's the better way? Create conversational flow, right? And once you create conversational flow, whether online, offline, become a thought leader, you are able to stand out among the competition, right? Potentially even your competitors, right? I don't want to talk about competitors now, just look at. So repeating again, first step is to really locate investment opportunity. Once you're able to really locate them, where would they better allocate their assets, right? But a few things that I want to share. Will the asset allocation framework be very different from the investment guru out there, right? There are also people out there teaching people how to invest, right? So just these are the things that we send out. Number one is personalized, dynamic, right? And we don't want to do a one-size-fits-all strategy, right? Often preached by investing gurus. So let me go point by point, right? It's really personal over generic advice, right? Naturally, guru is very generic. Like, this is the way I trust by the asset. Us is really personalized. And why do we need to personalize? Of course, we are FA, right? We want to focus on what financial goals, risk tolerance, and also their life stage, right? But while personalize it, right? We also want to personalize it based on the current macro environment. So it's not just buy now, then for the next 20, 30 years, it's always the same, right? We do not want to do that. We want to tailor our advice accordingly also. It's very dynamic location, right? It's dynamic because we are going to adjust based on market conditions, economic cycles, and also the change as a personal life, right? The time horizon in that sense. Like the static model, right? They hardly change because of market dynamics. And this is not what I want. I should want to have regular investment dates or regular relation with your clients to ensure that the allocation continues to meet their goals, right? And of course, like I say, adapt to the changes in economic landscape. Then the next approach is really holistic, right? It's not just on the asset, but probably the entire investor's financial picture, including their liability, their personal assets, both tangible and non-tangible assets also, right? And because of this, it is one of the most comprehensive framework that we can actually provide for a client. And we want to take care of their financial health and also their also. Then lastly, it also take care of their well-being and their allocation. And it is to really focus more and beyond their allocation of assets, right? We want to educate our clients, that they understand the why and how behind each decision that we make, right? And we want to foster a deeper understanding, right? A deeper confidence, ownership over their financial journey, right? Many of these now, when advisors are their clients, right, it's very OP, right? And it's very technical in nature. The problem is if you are just taking advice from your seniors or even your direct managers or fund, then do note that sometimes it might not be very objective. Right? We need to have a framework, step sequential to really assess at this point, how should we allocate our assets, right? And I've done it. It took me many years to come up with this framework because I understand that the financial market is a rule-based economy. And because if it's rule-based, right, definitely based on certain rules, a high percentage of the chance we are going to be successful in terms of the financial market. Of that's where I derive this 7 steps framework. Part of step number 1, right, is really to create and design the hooks, right? Because you already have clients, right? We create the hooks based on the macro view and we bring composition. And the best for me is I will be creating it for you. Subsequently, you can do it for yourself. So I created 9 investing hooks you can use in, right? So what we will do, 3 things, right? We will tell them why the opportunity at this moment. Number 2, why do they need to understand this opportunity and why this opportunity might be profitable for them, right? So these are the 3 things. And simple math for you. Once you are able to spot the opportunity, so how very simple is where, let's assume you're able to find them. Let's assume you have 60 insurance clients, right? This is a real example, by the way. So a few steps that he took was basically, number 1, do you feel that your clients have more disposable income that they can potentially allocate to investing, right? Not too much into insurance, because most of the time insurance, people think that it's a cost to them, right? They might not claim it, they're paying so much, right? And insurance is enough, by the way, right? In a way. And the next question I asked this individual is like, do you think that client can add 500 or 1,000 more from where they are today? And they do not want to buy saving plans because the interest is not high enough. So what he did, using the 9 investing hooks, he created flow, which I also guided him, and 50% of them actually met him. From there, which I can promise that it is likely going to happen also, or even a high 50 to do it the appropriate way, most ethical way. And doing motion is so important and time sensitive, right? Like food, they might bring a friend to you. So assuming 60, right, they bring another 30 clients, the 30 clients will come to you and the 30 will bring another 30. What's going to happen is, assuming 1/3 of them invest with you, let's say 500 per month for 10 years, typically your commission will be about what, 2,000 to 3,000. And it means it's an additional 40 to 60K for you within the first 90 days. You implement it religiously in that first 90 days. That's going to happen. And even after that, right, you can still extract more FYC from all these clients, right? Because we are naturally going to invest more with them. And the funniest thing is that sometimes it's not very difficult to get clients to invest more with you. So one example is, for example, raising your client's investment journey by saying that I only deal with clients that who want to invest a minimum $20 per day. Also, another way is to ask them that, do you think that 1 million is sufficient for them to retire in future? So naturally, if they're investing once a day, it's easily what, $600 premium per month. And then if it's more, is 1 million not enough? Could it be 1.5? Could it be 3? Then you see naturally they want to invest more. Right? And again, it's done big companies, okay, like Donors. So basically ask you, do you want to upsize? Right? And they naturally, because of that, in millions and millions of dollars into line. Right? Don't underestimate. I'm not saying these two statements, right? How much it will change your business, right? Many of them think that, hey, people will think that, hey, like, a lot already, right? Or like, hey, I don't know whether people will be able to buy so much if I increase it that amount. That's the thing. All these are just what you think, not what the client or customer think, right? You understand, right? Price inversely related. How many people buy and who are the people buying from you? Would it make sense that more people will buy if you lower the price? Not really. Because you need to understand, right? The reason why people will want to invest money with you, right? That the trio of an advisor, or especially the investment advisor, comes in, right? You need to determine the price and the people that you want to, because naturally you think of it, if they are paying more, naturally they believe that you provide higher value, right? And naturally, if they pay more, means what? They are better quality clients also, right? This is what we want to do. We want to help client take away the problems or pain, or at least reduce it from people who want to consistently grow their investment, right? Whether for short-term, medium-term, or long-term cash flow in a sense, right? So things like, hey, I want to help you retire. I'm doing financial planning. I'm going to work with you on your financial goal. These are all the old way of doing, okay? What to focus on is really these things. And uncertainty, confusion, anxiety when it comes to investing. How do we do that? Simple. Creating framework to monitor macro environments, right? And recommend the preferred asset allocation based on their risk, investing objective, and time horizon, right? And it's about entering into the financial market. It is also about when recession comes and how do we prepare clients' portfolio to withstand such a crisis like this. And using that framework, you are able to constantly reallocate, rebalance assets ongoing. The value of your offer doesn't define your price because it's not communicated with clarity and conviction. It's weak, especially in your to you, it could be what? Investment formation. But to me, it's different. Don't use is really providing insights to them. Okay, it's here. So once you are able to communicate with clarity, right, that is just framework, right? Investors to make better decisions, their uncertainty, reduce their fear, reduce their confusion, reduce their anxiety. And again, it's with conviction, you have to back your recommendation. Remember, when it comes to recommending, right, in terms of asset allocation, it has to be backed by facts, right? Facts cannot lie, but can change because the market dynamic can, it keep changing, and the framework will cater for that. And facts, right, we do not confuse clients, right, with investing jargons, confusing concepts, and complicating technical parts. Clients do not need to be confused by all this, right? Because you understand, right? This is a very important statement that you need to take away with. Investing is not a knowledge or a strategy game, right? But if not, right, many people become millionaire, potentially even billionaire. So investing is a heart game, HEAT. Why? During that time, are we composed, keep calm, and make the decision that will be appropriate for the portfolio? That's the reason why clients pay me on a year basis. All we need to do is either to what they can do, of course, like this, market a better client market where you can resonate with the insights that you bring to them, or we communicate the value of what we do through explaining them in your offer clearly, right? So with that, you basically have one clear outcome. And of course, the objective is to simplify the steps for you, make it clear for your target audience to understand. Right? With these two, naturally, the full steps are done. Then the next step is for us is what? Extract more FYC from your client by getting them to invest again. So this is one of the pillars that I will share with you to have a successful advisory business, right? And I mean, every year, right, there will be what? Financial markets, and it will always present new investment ideas, right? So what happens is we want to create a conversation that consistently that you bring insights to them, updates, right? By doing so, it will create interest and curiosity in clients' conversation. Of course, by doing that, I will show you the conversational hooks again, right? Principles, right? If not, we can do it together, right? Client, right? And the best part about this, right, is your client, right? Even for me, when I implement them, my client wants to meet me, right? They will actually ask me like, hey, these new insights that you bring to the table, when you, right? I'm so booked up in the sense where I have time. And that's what we want to create for you, and not the other way around, right? You like, asking client like, hey, review this and that, and they don't want to meet you, right? You are like freaking them, right? Don't do that, right? So how will you like a conversational flow that your client will think of you again when it comes to investment, right? It means that you are the top of person, right? Top of mind when it comes to investing, especially when they have more disposable income, right? They want to come to you for a, that is what we want. And that's why this is the program that I'm going to give you the framework, step-by-step process, new and constantly market opportunities, right? And they will stick close to you, right? Any new investment they go into, they will probably ask you. And that's what happened for me. And naturally, they also want to lose their clients to you because you are the one that caught thinking about investment. And if any conversation they have with their friends, they will think of them go to you, right? Potentially, you are the next one in line. And remember, referrals are not given because you have a method of asking them, or you are persistent asking, or even begging them. Don't do that. It's a joke, honestly. If you are doing that, really stop. One day you are going to be a pest. And ask yourself, do you really want to be perceived as an expert or a pest? Ask yourself. This is very, very important. Okay, don't mind me being off. Then, next step, get more, right? You perceive by clients, your existing client and ex-friend will naturally want to be your client, right? So imagine 60 clients, 10 to 20% become your investment client. How much FYC? 18K, but to 16K, assuming 6 clients, 24 to 36K. How about year 2, right? Don't forget, repeat step 2 to step 4 over and over again. And again, I didn't even include your insurance FYC, right? We can lock it together, you can unlock it by yourself, either way is fine with me. Because the principles is designed a way that will be able to hope to have conversation, right? Or even you want to niche down, right? That is also possible because for me, it was decent, good income for myself and my family, right? It also can be good for you. And of course, we can work on your platform, right? Either way, to face, offline, online, it can be all done. So I will cover more in summary, right? Is like I say, to summarize the whole thing, analyze conversational flow, conversational flow with financial hooks or investment hooks in that sense. Doing so, you are able to boost your FYC by tapping into your existing insurance client and then extract FYC from them. Then now they want to invest again, and then subsequently they will bring new clients to you. And then constantly implement them. Is right for myself, multiples of it. So congratulations if you stay true until now, right? We are close to the end of this guide. Many people put effort and the willpower to learn, but because you are here, you are one of the few who guarantee success in this industry, right? As long as you follow the right step. That's the good news and also the not so good news, right? Earlier on, I mentioned that these 6 steps are simple. But the problem is for this, right? It is potentially time consuming, right? It took me about coming to 5 years to figure it all out by myself, right? I trained more than a fraction of time, right? But tough for you. Number one, you can take the 6 steps or 5 steps, try it yourself, and then totally is fine, right? But of course, we want to work together. You want to shortcut your learning journey. I would highly suggest that I'm working on the one-to-one basis, right? And it likelihood grow your business. I'm going to help to not work in your business, find a strategy so that you can work on your business, which is very, very important for you to be sustainable over the years, right? Because the moment we work together, you will be able to boost your FYC immediately, right? I started this journey as a coach. I can share with you like in February. I have clients on board. Some of this, there's this particular lady. After one session, she was able to have clarity to start investing for client or start recommending to client, onboarded her first investing client. Then another lady of mine also we were discussing about FYC coaching session. FYC was close to 30, another 10 plus K waiting closing. So a range of results. Also ordered a $200,000 portfolio. Allocating LP to this high profile investor in that sense. So the framework can adopt to various kind of clients profile because I myself have helped various kind of clients profile, whether it's in mass market, mass affluent, or even high net worth. To your offer, right? How can you stack up your offer, and then you are able to speak to clients' heart and not their head, right? Because I said earlier on, thing is not a knowledge, right? It's a game that is played in the heart. That is very important. So with me, I'm going to help you improve your at the same time your conversation within your either during appointment, outside of appointment, or on your social media platform in the next 90 days, right? And all those conversations will ensure that you are able to become top of mind, right? Within prospect or existing clients, right? And we want to constantly do it because we want to help you have conversation 24/7, which is for business, right? Because if you are not able to have conversation on a 24/7 mode, right, you are always constantly going to be chasing your clients. Don't do that, okay? And help system, right? To alternatives of acquisition, various other platforms, right? And through that, you are able to sustainably and constantly grow your business, right? Less creation into your business. So for me, when I'm an advisor, every week I will have closing. But you know one thing, every week I do not have 5 appointments, right? Why? Because my conversation is when it happens, when I meet the person. It's outside when they meet me. Right? Get a few of me ask critical questions about what for them, framework, because I attract them into the conversation. Then they just kind. Then they go to the stage 2 or stage 3 ongoing. People want to, it's more, they want to buy again with me, or even bring a friend to me, repeating. So again, I want to say this, right? This is not like any other coaching program out there, right? This is a one-to-one transformation program directly together with you. And again, it requires a small portion of investment comparing to your business. 50,000 every year is doable, right? And I believe slots because it's one-to-one. The intensity and the intimacy is going to be very high level. But again, come for a discovery call. Let me show you what I can do. Let me show you how to build this. I may even share one investing hook with you when you have a call with me. And before I use it, then immediately sign a client, and then the next day they become my clients. But it is doable. There's a link over there. You can book out with me. Right? Again, my goal of sharing this guide is because many people like you to be able to grow the FA business predictably, of course, sustainably. I think that is the goal of why I become a coach for you, or trying to help you find growth in where you are now. That is really hidden, right? Like fruits in a sense. Right. So thank you for staying until this juncture. Of course, if you like the video, like whatever I share, continuously to support my journey, like, share, channel, turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.